Hey guys, Dave, Nod, and Kelly. Hey, sometimes I think it's good to watch what the other side is showing and what they're pumping into mainstream media sometimes, just so that you know what's being said. So many times we rely so much on our more conservative, you know, YouTube channels and other creators and more conservative channels that sometimes we lose sight of what's actually being said or allegations. So anyway, this clip that I'm going to show you, this is Rachel Madow, and she's coming up with all these claims of all these threats, because of Trump and all his cases and how the FBI and everybody has to, go on high alert, to because people fear for their lives and so forth. Some of this stuff, I'm wondering if it's even real, if the claims are even real, or if it's some of it's been get this trumped up, just to bolster their position. Anyway, take a look at this. And remember, this is mainstream media, and this is what they're feeding all those who like to argue with us online. All right, guys. Remember to like, share, and subscribe.
I mean, all of these things, the court filing about the potential gag order, the threats to Fulton County officials, the threats to the FBI itself. I mean, these are all just in the past few days. But these headlines are just now the ambient mood of public service in the Trump era of Republican politics. Right? It's Fulton County officials being threatened. It's the Fulton County sheriff having to investigate that. Then it's the Fulton County sheriff being threatened and the FBI having to investigate that. Then it's the FBI being threatened, FBI officials and FBI agents themselves being threatened, and the FBI having to investigate that. It's the judge in one of the Trump cases being threatened. It's another judge in another one of the Trump cases being threatened. It's the grand jurors in one of the Trump cases being threatened. It's the prosecutor in one Trump case being threatened. It's the prosecutor in another Trump case being threatened. It's a federal prosecutor in the Hunter Biden investigation getting, quote, such a barrage of credible threats that she had to seek security help from the U.S. Marshals Service. It's public health workers being threatened and harassed. It's the head of the CDC getting death threats. The head of the CDC. It's the staff of the National Archives being threatened. Sure, why not? Quote, the National Archives has been hit with a wave of threats since the FBI retrieved classified records from Trump's Mar-a-Lago club. It's the IRS being threatened. Quote, IRS launches safety review after right-wing threats. Republicans in Congress repeating baseless claims long made by extremists, experts say, potentially puts federal workers in danger. It's more than a dozen people now federally criminally charged with making threats to election workers all over the country. Now it's Republican U.S. Senator, former Republican presidential nominee Mitt Romney, telling his biographer about serving members of Congress in both the House and the Senate, confiding in him that they have taken specific votes in Congress that benefited Trump, specifically because they were afraid for their physical safety if they did not. They would have voted in a way not beneficial to Trump, but they felt physically threatened, and so they voted in a way beneficial to Trump. Quote, think of your personal safety. Think of your children. Why put your wife and children at risk?